Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are cracking open the financial classic, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We're going to pull out the key lessons from chapters 8 and 9 to help awaken that financial genius the author says is hiding inside every single one of us. Okay, let's get into it.
Right off the bat, the book hits us with this powerful idea. It's not that opportunities are scarce. It's that most of us just haven't been trained to see them. You know, wealth isn't about getting lucky. It's a skill. It's about training your mind to spot the value that everyone else is walking right past.
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, the book argues that the first step has nothing to do with stocks or real estate. Nope, it's about investing in the most powerful asset you will ever own, your own mind.
So let's talk about the core problem that the book really hones in on. Our financial genius is basically asleep. See, we're taught one path: go to school, get a job, work for money, save, maybe borrow some. But that path, according to the author, isn't freedom. It's just a hamster wheel.
And this slide really lays out the two choices we have. Path number 1 is all about physical effort, right? You work hard, you pay a ton in taxes, and you try to save what little is left. Path 2, though, that's about mental leverage. You invest your time developing your financial intelligence so that your assets do all the heavy lifting for you. So the book asks a pretty simple question: which path is actually harder in the long run?
And this is the trap. When this is the only solution you know, your options are super limited, and you're always dependent on that next paycheck. It's the engine of what the book famously calls the rat race. You're running and running, working for money, but your money is never, ever working for you.
So to break out of that cycle, the first move isn't an action. It's a huge internal shift. It's all about mastering your own mindset, how you think about money, choice, and discipline before you even think about making your first investment. And this is how you build that mindset. First, you need a really powerful why, a deep emotional reason that's way bigger than any obstacle you'll face. Second, you got to realize that every single day, with every dollar, you are choosing your future. And third, and this is a big one, you master the discipline to pay yourself first. That means you invest in your assets before you pay your bills. It creates pressure, sure, but that pressure forces your financial genius to wake up and find new ways to make money.
So this is all about the words you use, because they literally create your reality. I can't is a full stop. It's a dead end. But asking, how can I? Well, that turns a statement into a question. It forces your brain to start problem solving, and that's where all the creative and exciting solutions live.
Okay, this right here, this is the absolute foundation of financial literacy according to the author. It is so simple, but it is so profound. If you don't get this, you just can't build wealth. It's simple. An asset feeds you, a liability eats what you've earned. And here you can see exactly how that plays out. The rich, they pour all their energy into one thing, building their asset column. They buy things that generate more cash. Everyone else, they focus on their income statement, their paycheck, and then they spend it on liabilities they think are assets, which just drains their cash every month.
Okay, so you've shifted your mindset. You get the concepts. Now for the fun part. What do you actually do? Let's get into the practical to-do list from Chapter 9 and see how this all translates into real-world action.
I love this to-do list from Chapter 9 because it's not just a checklist, it's basically a workout routine for your financial brain. It's all about actively looking for new ideas, learning from mentors, and even just walking around a neighborhood to physically see the opportunities that other people miss while sitting at their desks. You're shifting from being a passive person to an active opportunity hunter. This is an absolute game changer for anyone who wants to invest. Your profit isn't made when you sell for a high price. It's locked in the moment you buy for a low price. All the hard work, all the genius is in finding that bargain. The selling part, that's just cashing in on the smart work you already did.
So, we've gone through the mindset shifts, we've looked at the action items, but with all this information, what's the single most important thing you can do starting right now?
It all boils down to this one simple truth. You can read, you can study, you can plan all day long, but absolutely no financial rewards will show up until you take action. The author says that even one tiny step forward is infinitely more powerful than just standing still. You have to get in the game.
And that really brings us to the final, powerful idea. Your financial future isn't decided by your paycheck or your past. It's decided in those small, seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day with your time and with your money. The power is already in your hands. So the only question left is, what are you going to choose to build with it?